Hey guys, so here bringing you another video. Now welcome to an exciting new video about a upcoming champion in League. It doesn't actually feel too far from the last one we did, and it's not really. But this is of, and I will say, I haven't actually been told how to say her name, and it's RENATA GLASC. So she actually has a double barrel name. I'm guessing that's actually her first and second name. I presume most people are just going to call her Renata, and it might not even be pronounced like that. It might be Renata. I don't know. So what I'll say is, as a celebration of this, and by the way, thank you to the League Partner Program for providing me stuff early. I'm actually an NDA'd League Partner, so not every League Partner gets this stuff early. I am just one of the few that does, so thank you very much to Riot for that. But as a celebration of it, we're going to do a giveaway, and what we're going to give away is this bundle. So when the champion comes out, there'll be a bundle for the champion and her release skin, which I'll go over what those are in a second. And if you want to enter that, all you got to do is be subscribed, like the video, and comment down below what you think of the champion and why, and make sure to include your summoner name and your server. So what you'll be winning, obviously, again, this is the base skin, so that is what she looks like without any skin, and honestly, her design is really cool. She does obviously look like maybe from the Arcane universe. I don't know if she's a character. She might be. Maybe she'll be in season 2. I've got no idea. But she looks really cool, and then her launch skin is Admiral. So both look good. I like actually the design of Admiral quite a lot. It's a bit of a different vibe, but there are similar things that we have in League. I think Aurelia has kind of a similar skin to this. Not Admiral, but it's like a plain version. They look alike. Anyway, that's what you'll be winning, though, if you do enter the giveaway. So the way that I always do these videos is pretty much the same. I'll play the ability, and I might let it run once or twice, depending how long it is, with sound. And then after that, I will mute the sound, but keep letting it play, and then I'll explain what's actually going on. So we're going to begin with her passive, which is called Leverage. So there we go. So you can't probably tell too much what's going on here, because not a lot is actually happening, because it's actually, maybe surprisingly, a pretty basic passive. So all it is Renata basic attacks, mark her enemies, and deal bonus damage. Damage from Renata's allies consumes the mark, dealing additional damage. So all this is she auto attacks Caitlyn in this clip, and it's doing an X amount of damage. But when Jinx then hits the Caitlyn, it's doing a bonus, maybe a bit of explosion damage, if you will. So yeah, pretty basic. It's a very, again, if you don't know, she's a support. So just to make that clear, I don't know if I mentioned it yet. She is a support champion. This is the champion that we heard about a while ago that is about gold and controlling others and stuff like that. And obviously them showing in the preview, this champion with Jinx and Caitlyn does show she is definitely in the world of Arcane. The next ability is going to be her Q, which is Handshake. Alright, so this ability, I would say, looks a bit more spicy. And all I would say, I don't want to kind of give crazy judgment yet, is one of the big complaints that people have with new champions is they kind of just a better version of older champions by nature. You guys be the judge. But anyway, so Renata sends out a missile from her robotic arm that roots the first enemy hit. She can reactivate the ability to throw the enemy in a target direction, damaging enemies hit and stunning them if the thrown target is a champion. So it does kind of just seem like a more modern, maybe even better version of like a Blitzcrank hook. Obviously, it's not exactly the same because she's not bringing someone directly towards her, but there's a lot more involved in it. So yes, you have to first land it, and it's a route. But then after that route, you actually get to throw the champion in the direction of your choosing, I think. And if that champion hits other champions, I think it then stuns that champion. So yeah, it's a modern day hook, really. I don't obviously know of this footage how the targeting is going to happen in terms of when you've actually routed somebody with the first Q. How do then you aim where you're actually sending the target? I don't know. That is something that we're obviously going to have to find out when we get our hands on her to play. But that is her Q. So very likely that's what you max in lane. It's going to be mainly your bread and butter to actually make an engage happen. And I presume, by the way, it says first enemy hit. I presume you can do this to a minion and then throw a minion on the enemy as for a bit of poke or whatever it may be. So, and yes, damaging enemies hit and stunning them if the thrown target is a champion. So it only stuns them if you're throwing a champion. You can't latch a minion, throw a minion, and then stun. It has to be an enemy champion that you're throwing. Next one, though, her W is a bail out. Okay, so a little bit more text when it comes to this ability, I must say. But anyway, it is Renata grants an allied champion or herself ramping attack speed and movement speed towards enemies. If the ally gets a takedown on an enemy champion, the buff duration resets. So it's actually kind of like Jinx passive, but in an actual ability. If the ally would die while bailout is still active... Oh my god. Oh god. Yep, I'm going to read it. So, if the ally were to die while bailout is still on them, their health is set back to full, but they begin burning to death over 3 seconds. The ally can stop the burn by getting a champion takedown before they die. So basically, oh boy. Chemdragon has just been removed from League of Legends from being very obnoxious in a few ways, and one of those mechanics was a zombie mechanic that a lot of people didn't like, me being also one of them. This champion, that isn't her ultimate. This is not her ultimate ability. It's her W, grants either herself or likely her AD carry or a carry a zombie passive that, you know, you put W on them. Oh, they got one shot, you know, by a Viger combo, whatever it may be. Oh, they should be dead. Well, they're not actually dead. They have 3 seconds to get a takedown, and suddenly they don't die. Oh boy, that seems really, really obnoxious. Again, I'm going to give my honest opinion, but yeah, that does seem really obnoxious in modern day League. Obviously, I will say, it is actually a modern day League ability. When League is all about one-shotting things, this is actually a counter to one-shotting. But this is a very strong ability. Obviously, we have an actual revive passive spell from Akshan, and again, that's still fairly controversial for some people. This is a different version of that same kind of thing. It's preventing death, where, you know, it's not even like Zillions that it's an actual revive saving them from burst. It's a right, you should be dead. You've died, but you've come back to full health, and if you get a takedown, which by the way isn't just a kill, that's a kill or an assist, boom, you actually don't die. I could see this potentially being balanced a bit, that it's not just a champion takedown that includes an assist. Maybe you actually have to get a kill yourself in order to not die. Maybe that would be a bit more balanced. I don't know. But anyway, that's something. I think a lot of people are probably going to have opinions about that ability. Next up, we're going to get into her E, which is called Loyalty Program. Okay, pretty cool ability look, I would say. But anyway, so Renata, again, her full name is officially Renata GLASC, if that's how you pronounce it, sends out Chemtech rockets that shield allies and damage and slow enemies they pass through. The rockets could also apply their effects around her on cast and in an explosion at max range. So if you've got, let's say, a Leandries, I'm guessing she's an ability power champion, around you there's an initial boom that like could apply Leandries if people are on top of you, but at maximum shield range, at maximum missile range, it will then actually do the damage. And then on the way, the missile's on the way to going somewhere, it's actually also shielding your allies. So to be honest, this just, again, like we said earlier, I think I mentioned that, you know, modern day champions or new champions just sometimes feel a little bit, you know, like stronger old champions, like her Q is Blitzcrank Hook, but a bit more. This just seems to be a better version of Karma. Like, this is Karma Q and her E basically mixed into one spell, in essence. That seems good. I don't know, but anyway. And then finally, we're going to get into maybe the most interesting ability. I say that, but her W seems also kind of nuts. But her ultimate, which is Hostile Takeover. So yeah, you are seeing that correctly. Just to make sure you're all aware of what's going on, that Camille and that Caitlyn are on the enemy team of Renata. She's ulting them, and then they suddenly start attacking each other. Yep. So, Renata sends out a cloud of chemicals that causes enemies to go berserk, increasing their attack speed and forcing them to basic attack anything around them. Berserk enemies prioritize attacking their own allies first, then neutral units, so minions for example, then RENATA GLASC's team, her teammates, and then finally Renata herself. So she is the least prior target that they're going to attack. And you cannot stop it, by the way. I presume QSS or Quicksilver or whatever, that probably will get rid of the effect of it, I'd imagine. But you don't have control. It's not like you're in control of your character. Your character is doing this by itself when they're under the effect of her ult. Your character is lost control, it's gone berserk, and it's going to attack its own team. Yeah, that's kind of nuts. It's very interesting. To be honest, this mechanic doesn't... This one is a bit nuts, but it doesn't... It's not making me kind of go, The W to me is way more controversial than her ult. Because it's just auto attacks. If you're doing this to a mage, well, their auto attacks aren't that impressive. The only things that this is going to really affect is, you actually got their AD carry who's fed, and then their AD carry two-shot the support that was right next to them. That's going to be kind of interesting, and there's a strategy to that. But, not everybody that you make go berserk, their auto attacks may not do anything at all. So that's probably where the balance of it happens. And yeah, I will say I'm so sorry if you're an AD carry, because this is literally priority you every single time she ults. Unless there's a really fed auto-attacking jungler on your team or an auto-attacking top laner, mainly it's the AD carry that you're going to want to make attack their own team. So yeah. But yeah, the W, I will say, to me is the most controversial of any of the abilities. It's the one that, again, we just got, as a community, with our feedback, we just got rid of Chem Dragon in the, in the vein of, oh my god, we don't like, yes, it's partially the zombie mechanic. Sure, the zombie mechanic we don't like. The camouflage mechanic we don't like. But a big element of that also was the zombie element too. And it's like, oh boy. So as you can see, this is the W again, by the way. So if we get the clip going again in a second. So right in a second, at the beginning of the clip, so the next bit you'll see, okay, so W's on, Caitlyn would have killed Jinx there, Jinx has now killed Caitlyn, and then she stays alive. That's the point. I'm a bit concerned about what potential backlash Riot's going to have about this, because everybody hated the zombie mechanic, and now it's a new champion, and it just seems poorly timed. Maybe it's just the worst timing that they ever could do. That we've just removed the dragon that you all hated that had a zombie mechanic. Hey, our new champion has got a zombie mechanic. Oh, and it's not even her ultimate. If it was her ultimate and she only could use it once every 2 minutes, it's okay, once every 2 minutes that could happen. It's not even her ultimate. It might have a 20-second cooldown on it. Again, we don't know the cooldowns and stuff yet, but it might have a 20-second cooldown. It's So in a late-game team fight with cooldown reduction, she can do that twice. She could arguably save her AD carry, go zombie and stuff twice in one team fight. It's kind of nuts. That's very strong. So we don't know, obviously, how much damage the champion does. We don't actually even know. I presume she's an ability power champion, but we actually don't know. She might scale up AD for all I know. She'll be on the PBE, though, very soon. I will play her. We will do testing. First impression of it, though, she just seems like a modern-day League of Legends champion. She has a lot going for her. Let's be honest. She's got a hook. She's got a root. with that can even stun. She's got a damage steroid that when she auto attacks, if her ally auto attacks it does bonus damage. She has a buff kind of like Lulu that she's giving, ramping attack speed and movement speed for her team. And then again, if they die with that enabled, they can then potentially completely not die at all where they normally would. Then she's got shields and damage, and she's got an ultimate that forces the enemy team to attack themselves. That's a lot of things going for her. So she looks cool. It's exciting, I guess, but it's very much in the vein of, yes, this is another one of these modern day champions that is maybe built for fun for the players that have it. Well, it's fun for the players who have it on their team or who are playing it, and it's really anti-fun for the players who's against it. That's what it just seems like. And that is League of Legends in modern day. That's the direction that Riot has taken new champions. It's an interesting vibe, that's what I would say. But anyway, that is going to be it. That is my breakdown of Renata. She'll be released in patch 12.4. I believe we're currently on patch 12.2 of me recording this, and we'll be getting patch 12.3 in this upcoming week, I think. And yeah, so she'll be out in like a couple weeks, but she'll be on the PBE for everybody to play. And just reminding everybody, Riot admitted it to me in a dev meeting. They've admitted it even recently. One of the devs on Twitch when they were streaming, they do not use the PBE to balance unless something is just obviously broken. The PBE is not a balanced domain because you have just people who are very high rating, stomping low rating players, which is not a way to balance the game. Or you've got good players, but then they're lagging really badly because it's a North American server. It's just not a way to balance. All the PB is mainly for is just seeing if things are fundamentally broken. If when the champion loads up, does it crash everybody's computer? Or there's one item that, yes, okay, that is obnoxiously strong. Let's just get rid of that mechanic, synergy, whatever. Usually you'll see a balance of a champion happen within the first month of it going to live. Like that's what you're seeing with Zeri, is straight away everybody thinks she's really weak, which she wasn't, and then people discover, oh, this is how you play her, and now she's actually already had some nerfs, and she's even getting more nerfs. That's the point. But anyway, that is going to be it. That is the champion, Renata GLASC. If you guys did enjoy it again and you want to enter to potentially win her, throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe, and yeah, let me know what you think of her. I think she might be a little bit controversial, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe in the comments everyone goes, oh, she looks great, fantastic, 10 out of 10. Maybe, who knows? But anyway, that's going to be it. If you guys enjoy, throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe. See you guys next time. Goodbye.